Hello, people. How are we all doing? I hope everyone is well. I apologise if tonight's stream is a little bit out of sorts of stuff. I'm just tired. Been a very, very long day indeed. Careful, I sound like work out there, but yeah. Evening, Shekam. Evening, Adam. Evening, Bob123. Evening, I'm missing people already. Let me have a look. Evening, Daniel. Evening, Epic Sound Time. Evening, Gary Boons. I reckon they should bring this back as well, mate. I prefer this old music that we used to have. And for what reason, we don't use it. Evening, bye. How are you doing, mate? I hope you're well. We'll be talking about a little bit of the Bolton game, a little bit of the game at the weekend, which was Stoke. I can't remember. It's been that long. I've had a day with the kids. It's just been nightmarish fuel. You get to the point in the evening, you're just knackered, and you're like, oh, yeah, I've got to do a stream. So for them. But, yeah, it just is what it is at the minute with the club at the minute. It's just a joke. Like, today has been the lightest news. It's been in such a long time, to be fair. Hey, Zamoid, a long time no see. Hope you're well, mate. Hope you're doing well. Hope life is good. You can be a new head scout. Yeah, go on. Check camp for new head scout. I think he'd be cracking at it. Still playing Champ Manager 93. Nothing wrong with Champ Manager 93. Nothing wrong with any of the old Champ Managers. To be fair, the new Football Manager looks good, but I think I'll give it a miss. I'm more of a playing FIFA time, to be fair. Probably can't afford the copyright for the music. Probably not. In all, hope everyone's good. Hey, John, how you doing, mate? Hope you're well. Well, let's start with the Bolton game. Those young lads in that Bolton game gave a really good account of it. They played some very good football. Looked good. Cracking goal by Gwillia to start it with. They got back into it. They went 1-0 down to 10 men. A clip on Charlie McNeil, which was great for us because he got a red. Free kick wasn't that great. But defending was a bit poor, but that's been our heel already this season. Then we get it back. 2-1, you're thinking, right, like get into it, then 2-2, then 3-2, really good goal by Reece Johnson, also Ubbo getting on the score sheet, which was fantastic. Something you like to see, the man getting back on the score sheet, which will help a lot of people out, including himself, because it's been a while since he's had that goal-going feeling. Granted, it's the cup, he did that last time, but hopefully he's had a bit more pre-season, knows... I'll say a little bit of stability, but it's not been really that stable this pre-season, has it? It's been chaotic, so scrap that bit. Go to penalties, though. Go for on penalties. Really good pens. A little chip by Charlie McNeil. Cheeky little bugger. But apart from that, it was a good game. And both teams gave a good account of themselves. Both teams looked good. It showed that we got, as John said, showed a lot of character. It showed there's a lot of people in there as well. The tackle on Bruno should have been a red. The lads had surgery. Should have been a red. It was bad. I think if they're not down to 10 men already, they're down to 10 men with that tackle because it was a horrible red. I wish I had the image of it, and I don't because I've been trying to get still of that all week. Speaking of FIFA, I created our youngest and started a new save with them all not going too well. Yep. Yeah, Bolton should have had 2 red, that tackle on Bruno. At the end, Gwilly came into the crowd just a few feet from me, managed to say, well done, lad. Nice one. I know you said you were sat near your family and stuff. And I think a lot of the lads who went into the crowd as well, they had friends and family there, and it would have been a huge thing for them to have mates there and have friends and family and just do something that they probably wasn't expecting to do this early on in the footballing career. And there's a lot who are in that position where it's early doors for them. It's early doors. They are having to be thrown at the deep end, and they're not showing themselves badly. They're showing really well. 21 people watching, 11 likes. Get the likes up. I've just realised I've not shared this stream. Oopsie daisy. And I've gone earlier than I normally do because I am shattered today. So we are having a little bit of an earlier stream so I can go have some time with the missus and just try and have a bit of a relaxing evening. I'll tell you that now. Everything's going to hit the fan with Wednesday, isn't it? Also, is it Leeds versus Everton time? I might watch that. Any news on Bruno? Basically, John had surgery. That's all we got to wait for. See what he comes back with after this. So surgery gone well. It's now that point where you need to start making sure that he gets on the right road to recovery and fitness. So sadly, he can be out for a bit of time. But although he does think right, he'll be fine. Jake, what's your thought on Chansiri Bonson not being behind Henrik at the presser? Do you think? I think there's something in it, but I also think there's something not in it as well, if that makes sense. There's something in both of it. Hey, George, sorry, mate. I only just seen your comment. I'm good, mate. How are you? Apology for that, mate. I think there's something in it, and I also think there's nothing in it. I think it's one of those things where you look at it. Like, the other thing, like people saying at the game on Saturday, there were no Thai flags out. The flags weren't up. They were down. And they're normally up every year. The flags are normally out. There's no flags out. Yes, there is a rumour going around, and it is only a rumour, that Chansiri's name coming off the stands. So, yeah, it's one of those ones where you look at it, you think maybe things are starting to go. Like, there was no sponsorship of his name around the LED boards. It's either a conscious effort by the people working there to get rid of his name, or it's a conscious effort that something's happening behind the scenes and they're stripping every kind of bit of what his name is there out the club. It's one or the other. So it'll be interesting. Place it with a US flag. Ian and Lewis, how you doing, mate? Hope you well. Really want to see Neymar regen start in the league. Yeah. Reece Johnson's done really well. He did well against Bolton. I think he got a chance of being one of the ones that get played in the first team setting down the line of the season. Oh, give me. Like I said, tired today. Is it going to work? It is going to work. One of my lights is being dodgy. There we go, that's better. But yeah, I think if you want to think, you look at it and it's all... There's little things that are signs that DC's leaving. But there's also no legitimate sign that he's leaving, if that makes sense. We want to make sure he's going. Hoping for a result at Wrexham. No more or win by the looks of it. It looks like Kiefer Moore and Windass are going to be out for that game. Windass pulled up in that game, so it'll be interesting to see how we do. Sold out the away end. I've seen a lot of people go at Wednesday fans again for going to games and stuff. And I get it. I get the whole boycott thing. I get it. But some people just want to go to games and have it as their escape, even if things are going now. The one thing is, there was a lot of people who didn't go get drink. There was a lot of people who didn't go get a beer or a pie at half time. They kept it quite quiet. There are pictures of people who did go. But in general, for what they would normally take on a foot traffic, it was low. 33 people watching. 15 get the likes up, people. Much appreciate it. If Chansiri for to sell, will that include... It'll include it all, mate. It'll include everything. Because they'll go, you can't sell a club without a stadium. They will make it that if you are selling, you have to sell the lot. I cannot see the EFL football governing regulation coming in where they don't go, you're selling it all kind of thing. I can't see them doing it where they go, oh no, you can keep the stadium, but you can't, you've got to sell the club. I think they'll sell it all. Got my Wrexham ticket. I'm so excited to see Ryan Reynolds. Yep. I sit on the grandstand, and that probably was where most of the money was spent, although definitely not how it would have been last season or season before. Yeah, pretty much. To be fair, you look at that game on Saturday. Let's talk about the Saturday game, actually, because we're talking about it now. We're talking about stadiums and stuff. So, this was the team sheet. Where's my picture gone? Hold on a minute. Let's just do some fly editing a minute. Very odd. Why are you not working? Doop-de-doop-de-doop-de-doop. Doop-de-doop. Doop-de-doop. There we go. On screen, on the fly. I don't know what I did wrong, but I did something wrong. Something went wrong. It didn't save itself, so we redid it. So there we go. On the fly. So bear in mind. There we go. I'm back. There we go. On the fly. If we get a new owner before the end of the season, what do you think will happen? Ticket price? They'll drop it all. They'll drop everything for me. I think it all get lowered. Jake had left his own stream. Who's taking class now? Most of the money made on Saturday will be from Stoke, about 3k. Away fans in the crowd, 21k will mostly be season tickets. Yep, I agree with that. It's the deadest I've seen Hillsborough in a long time. So let's have a look at the team sheet then. It was Charles, it was Valerie, it was Otabio, it was Iorfa, Matt Lowe, Palmer, Fuse with Bannon, Ingleson, Jamal Lowe, Kedamarchi, Stretch, Weaver, Johnson, Shipton, Thornley, Kabachi, McNeil, Brown and Ugbo. There we went with Johansson, what a keeper he is. Chakamido, Law, whatnot, Crefwell, Seko, Baker, Juno, Thomas, Manoff, Mamba, and I can't read their sub because it's too small writing, but if you can say it, you can say it. I still think, we're definitely getting a point to it. Ian, in that hiding, mate, I hope you well. From the picture I've seen, the North Stand looks a bit cobbled together. Didn't look like it had been done work to it. I think they've done the bare minimum to get it done, and I've wondered if they've been told you've got to keep doing it throughout the season and been given promises that work going to get done during the international break to get it done. So, say once the international break started, you'll probably hear about more work getting done on the stands, I reckon. I reckon we're going to get at least minus 12 points, sadly. What will that mean for people who have already bought seasons? Will they get their money back? No one will get their money back, mate. You'll have your season ticket it'll be for the season. If the stream buffering, try resetting. I don't know why it's doing it. Just try resetting the stream. I've noticed that tonight. It keeps buffering a little bit. So apologies for that. You won't. Yeah, you got the thing. Yeah, I don't know what it is. There's something that I keep doing on this, and I don't know what's causing it to buffer. I need to look into it, so I apologize for that. I wonder if there's any way I can fix that data rate. My data rate is only 7 megabits. I'll see if I can fix it, so apologies for that. I can only apologize for that. How bad is it buffering, guys? Just let me know how bad it's buffering, and I'll see if I can fix it for next time. Yeah, opened and closed YouTube. It all seems fine now. Yeah, try resetting. Try just refreshing YouTube. I know about it. I know it's an issue. It's just an issue. I can't seem to fix yet, and I'm trying to. Shut up. I can't find my stats. Where's that all gone? Okay. I can't help myself there. All my stats have disappeared. So yeah, YouTube been like it all day. A lot of video been buffering. Yeah, I think it's a YouTube issue than a me problem. But I will look into it because there is things that keep popping up that I want to try and fix and do. And so far, I haven't been able to do that yet. I lost the entire screen. Hold on. I have lost my entire screen here. Just give me a minute. Right. Control room. Why that has suddenly disappeared, I don't know. Right, there we go. Yeah, I don't know why it keeps buffering, guys. I will try and do my best with it, but not a lot I can do about it. It's seeming like it's a YouTube issue. Oh, God, I've stopped completely there, haven't I? Yeah, apology for that, guys. I will try and get it fixed as best as I can. But it does seem to be a YouTube issue. If it buffers, just reset the stream and it should fix it. But this game. Let's talk about this game because it wasn't a great game, was it? It was a game where they had a game plan and they stuck to it. And that game plan was hit us on the counter. It was counter-attack, and getting behind us. And they did that within 1 minute. pretty much easy goal. I think some of the whistle will have caused issues with it. I do actually think that would have been a case to be. The buffer quite out for the time being on the whole club is buffering. Yeah, I apologize for this, guys. I don't know why it's buffering so badly. Saying excellent connection. I think this is a YouTube issue than a me issue. I will say that. But we'll see. We'll keep going. Once we get into it. Oh, once we start playing. Once we started playing, we were really good. We had some good build-up play. We had some good stuff. I thought Ingolson was absolutely fantastic. Like, Ingolson was an absolute gem to watch in the middle of the park. And he moved the ball around really well. And you look at that team and how it played. It was really good play. We just don't have no cutting edge. The cutting edge is not there at the minute. And that's a big, big issue. The cutting edge is completely and utterly gone. And that's the problem. Considering the first half, it definitely didn't help. But then it was very similar. There were very similar goals. There were very, very, very similar goals. Because we just got caught short. And it's one of the things is we keep getting caught like that all the time. It's something that we keep doing from last season. Last season, we got caught like that a lot. And then this season, we've done the same. And I think it's something we have to try and cut out of our game. And I think that's really difficult for us to do. I think cutting that out of our game is a hard thing to get right because you're going to make sure everything goes in the right direction, goes in the right place. Yeah, look at the stats. If you look at stats, we weren't that bad in terms of that game. It wasn't that bad. We had chances in that second half. But the thing you got is Johansson, for them, is an absolute beast of a keeper. He's such a good keeper. The fact that he was only, I think he only cost them $1 million is ridiculous. And that is something that just shows you where we're at the minute, where they can get a keeper in like that, who's that good quality, and he's only 26. That's the other thing. He's only 26. He's not even hit his peak. He's going to be a Prem keeper. Mark my words, Johansson will be a Prem keeper. It might even be with Doki to do it. Hey, Mark England, how you doing, mate? Hope you're well. I'm not too bad. I'm a bit tired today. Just a bit shattered, to be brutally honest. And for some reason, YouTube is having a mare, or something on my end is having a mare. I don't know what it is. But we concede after 63 second first half and 28 seconds second half, being switched on from the whistle. ABC football, whether your season pro, a lesson will be learnt there. Yep, I agree. West Ham were interested in Johansson before they went for the Leicester keeper. Yeah, I did see that. I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised if West Ham go looking for another keeper, because the goals they conceded the weekend, their keeper looked naff. Finally, YouTube working again. Yay, it was a YouTube issue, not a me issue. This is the problem when you do things like this. You never know if it's you or the platform you're streaming on. And if it's the platform you're streaming on, you can't do it about it. You'll just have to wait for that to catch up. It's such a pain in the backside when it happens. It's also the thing that I am using Ethernet to stream, so it's not like I'm using over Wi-Fi. And I literally get 1,000 up and about 1,000 down. So, weren't we linked? We were linked with Johansson at one point, as were Leeds. I still think Leeds should have gone for him. He's such a good keeper. He's ridiculously good at what he does. It's one of those ones where you look at it and you go, how is he only 26? And being that good. Oh, it looks like YouTube are removing channels left, right, and centre at a minute. That's another one I've heard about being removed. They've got new rules in for like the monetization stuff. It's weird. But yeah, you look at those stats. The stats that don't actually read that badly. And I think for bits of the game, we were good. For bits of the game, we were really good. Played some good football, knocked it around a bit. But the problem you've got is the bits that are good and then the bits that are not good. And it's how you go and try and go into the period of play where it's not good and you try and do it. I thought The one thing, buffing is stopped, but you've gone low red J. Oh, what the hell going on with this? I have no idea what's going on with this. It's doing my head in, and is there anything I can fix on the fly? Let's have a look. Switching frame rate, UFB. Let me have a look. What we try? Audio delay, device, network. I will try and fix this. Liam Cooper, no word on him yet. I don't know what's going on with him. I know we've been with him for a while. Sinclair to me, fair enough. Cooper, I think we're just trying to work out deals for him. Like, generally, I think we're just literally trying to sort out deals and trying to figure out what we can do and what we can't do. I think that's the biggest issue we got at the minute with everything we're doing, is that we can't figure out a deal for them and how we can get it all sorted. And I think that's the big issue we got with a lot of the players we're trying to get in, because we're trying to say we want this player in and we can't do that due to the fact that we've not got the okay from the FL to go and get a player because of it, and B, we don't have the situation with being able to say, will you get paid? Esther just got caught up with their pants down in the matchup. Let's hope it doesn't happen again. Let's hope it doesn't happen again, but I can see it happening again. But the one good thing about this week, it's a week where there's no games. So anyone who got a slight knock or an injury, we can put in the treatment room and they can have a full week of treatment. We've also got the thing that anybody that is struggling a little bit can just take a bit of time. More time on the training pitch with the lads as well to try and get used to some of it. Maybe get some of the youngsters in and go, we're going to do this and this drill to get you ready for Wrexham. Having no game this week is huge. Now, this week, I'd like to think that we're going to get some news about a little bit of anything that's going on. If we get something about something that's going to happen, it's big, I'd be happy with that. Like, everything's starting to look like there's something moving with DC leaving Sheffield Wednesday Football Club. The little signs that are showing. Now, you've got to remember, this all goes down to the EFL and how fast the EFL can do stuff. And we know the EFL can sometimes be slow as a snail, and it can be a bit of a nightmare trying to get things in play. So for me, due to lack of pre-season, I'm treating the first few games of friendly to find our form. I think that's a good way to do it, Adam. I think during the international break, it wouldn't surprise me if Henrik does what Danny did when he first came in and had little pre-season friendlies put in the games that we were waiting for people to come into and get stuff sorted. Get the champagne ready, yeah. Well, I've already kind of turned around and said, I think once this happens, I think there's going to be a lot of people in the Wednesday fan base arrested for indecency by running around the street naked because he's finally gone. But the thing is, once he's gone, life will be a lot easier for us. Like, hopefully, anyway, life will be a lot easier. Right, my stream is buffering up here on that screen. I have no idea why they're doing this. It's generally doing my head in today. But yeah, I think there's a lot of stuff that's going on at the minute, which we're having to wait and see. And as fans, everybody wants it to be out in the public, but a takeover does not happen on social media. A takeover does not happen in the terraces. It happened behind closed doors. And yes, some people might get stuff and it gets leaked. But the thing is, with that, you have to be careful. The Wrexham game is already a 6-pointer. I think nearly every game, Jez, is going to be a 6-pointer, to be fair. 100% fine on mine, Jay. However, I'm on the same Wi-Fi as you. Yeah. It's fantastic news for Morecambe. It kind of hopes that everything can get sorted with Morecambe now. And that means the thing is, with Morecambe being in the position where they are eventually going to be saved, as bad as this is going to sound, and I feel like all the attention's already been on us, it gives more immediate attention to us. It gives us more the protest. It gives us more of everything. Yeah, Lewis, I think it's a YouTube issue. I don't think it's a me issue. But I will look into things. I will try and fix things where I can. But it's fantastic news for Morecambe. The fact they finally got people out the way and finally agreed, and the clear censors have turned up, it's really good. It's one of those ones where you want to make sure that the people get that and then it's handled properly. And it's the same with us. I think a lot of people can already see right now that League One football is somewhere where we could potentially be playing next season. Just with how everything started, just with how everything is. You've got to think that this week they will start doing the wages. They'll start getting wages ready again. Now, who's paying that? Is it again going to be the EFL putting money aside from the last lot? Because you've got to remember that money will still be there and there'll still be a lot of cash left over that the club hasn't got or DC hasn't got in theory. So it's going to start like it's going to get through it again. Sounds like Morecambe previously was another move in the goalpost figure. Yeah. Sound familiar, that one, Barry. Sound very familiar, that one. With someone moving the goalposts all the time. I can't think why that sounds familiar. But it's one of those things where, as a fan base, I agree with the protest. I agree with getting names and stuff sort of for it. But the thing you got, you got to make sure it does it in a right way. And you get it done correctly. Because if you don't get it done correctly, you don't get it done right, the last thing we need is fines from the FL. That's the big worry I got. I don't want to see us get fined by the FL, which I could see us doing if protests go away that we are potentially not wanting to do. And again, that's a difficult one. That is a difficult one. The quicker the governing body comes in, the better. Yeah, it's looking like it's coming in November. So we got, 3 months? Oh, that means there's only 4 months till my kid's birthdays and Christmas. Oh, depressed myself now. No, not that it's depressing that it's my kid's birthdays and Christmas. It's just that it's a lot of money that's going to come out of my bank account in a very short period of time. Do you think the moral is down due to the owner and we need some good news to give us a boost? If so, what would the good news purpose? I think the good news would be new ownership, obviously, and potentially some players. Some players would be a big boost because we would have a little bit of like, right, there's something there. There's something that we can go, that player's here, that player's here. Deadline day could be very, very busy indeed. Like generally, deadline day could be the busiest one and the most important one we've had in a long time. Like, because if we get a run of games going where we can win some games and get some points on the board, if we get to say we get to 30-odd points, 40-odd points, right? And they take 12 off us. That still gives us a chance, but they've got to give us the points. Whatever point deduction we get, it needs to be soon. You can't be doing what you did with a Wigan and give it them right near the end of the season. It has to be given straight away or sooner possible, either in between the September bit or thing. Because if you don't, you then don't give anyone a chance. And granted, we don't look like we've got a chance, but we need to be given that chance to be able to put something. Deadline date is the 1st of September, 7 p.m. finish, so it should be an early finish for me. I get certain support on wanting to up the aggression, but destructive play will make matters worse. The FL basically warned us of this. They did indeed. I've read that one. A tiny positive is free agent can be signed outside the transfer window. They can, which is good. And there's a lot of good free agents. I keep looking at that list where the free agents are at the PFA training and stuff. And by the way, that PFA camp, absolutely fantastic. Whoever thought that up, but free agent to go train and go try and get fit to get to clubs deserves a pat on the back. That's looking after your players. And it's something that I think should have been done for a long time. But I think the positive, there's a lot of good free agents. Like, generally, there's some very good free agents. Our issue is free agents want to come and get paid. They want to come and get paid on time, for one, which doesn't help us because we know what the situation there is for us. 42 people watching, 26 likes. Get those likes up, people. I would much appreciate it. Every little helps. I have to say, not a Tesco. Other shops are available. But I don't have to say that because I'm not like a big channel. Who out of the free agents will be a good fit for the team? I'll be honest with you right now, mate. Left back, striker, left mid, left wing, anyone really. It's hard to turn around and say who will be a good fit for us because right now there's a lot that will be a very good fit for us. Like, you actually look at that free agent list. There's a lot on that who are at the PFA thing, who are ex-Wednesday players or been on loan at Wednesday. It's interesting. It's free agents want. I think free agents want to come because you've got the thing where, Jimmy, is that if they get to September and people still haven't got a club and are still not signed up for something, they're then going into September, November, no football. Then December, no football. And it's their job. And there's a difference between getting your payment delayed like you are here or no payment at all. And I think the idea of potentially, even if it's a delayed payment, is better than no payment at all, if that makes sense. I think you've got to be able... A free agent for me is someone who does want to play football and doesn't matter about getting the boots, and stuff like that. It's interesting. Why shouldn't we give Ronald another go? How I don't know what he'd done club-wise recently. Wasn't he in Scotland for a bit? I believe he went up to Scotland for a bit. Think you mentioned Reece Oxford last week. I'm on board for him, but I can't say. I love Reece Oxford to come. I think it would be a good move. The problem with a lot of free agents as well you've got is their injury records. You look at the one that I mentioned last night, Hernandez, the Norwich City player who's apparently training with us. 32 years old, but he's had a lot of injuries. But if you can get, and I think Bob123 mentioned this today to me when we had a chat earlier, if you get 22 games out of them, it's better than nothing. I think that's the thing. If you can try and get 22 games out of someone, it's good. I've seen that about Sheffield United going in for Ben Mee. Will be interesting because that does not fit their AI model for me. I have seen that apparently they're going in for me training there. But that also could be a case of, look, we can't get a deal at Sheffield United, at Sheffield Wednesday. Let's just go to the other side and see if they'll get you a deal. Like, they'll be able to offer you what you want wages and you'll play. And right now, they probably could do with... they could probably do with a defender or two. Are they holding out on the point deduction because as it's down, we're set to break more rules? As it's down, we're technically not set to break any more rules unless unless he doesn't pay them. If there is another embargo due to payments not being paid, I can single-handedly guarantee we're done. We're done because I can't see it. But players will still want to come in and play. This is what you're not getting or grasping. I don't think they're holding out on the point deduction. I think the thing that's holding people back with Wednesday is the lack of being able to know you'll be paid on time, and we're waiting for the EFL or Chancery or whoever's taking over the club to go, here's proof of funds that I can carry on the season. So far, we haven't got any proof of funds that we can carry on the season from Chancery. By all accounts, we've heard nothing. We've said nothing. Again, this is something that won't be public knowledge, but eventually it's going to have to come out of public. Because if we don't get it public soon, people are going to be asking questions of the EFL once again. Like, once we get to if this is still rumbling on by the football regulations, Chansiri is up shit creek without a paddle. He is screwed from... He completely screwed from it, because he will be told to sell at market value or what people value it. And at this rate in time, I can see Sheffield Wednesday Football Club being valued below 20 million. The clapping back, yeah. At least it's not a finger point like a certain person. With Chalobah didn't get injured. Good player, doesn't shy away from shooting, but we knew he hasn't got the legs. The problem with Chalobah is, if we had him before his injury, it'd be fantastic. But we've been looking for a CDM replacement since probably Luongo, also injury prone, but probably since Jose, one that could be back. And we don't have that. We haven't been able to find a Jose replacement. Hey up, Hector, how you doing, mate? Good win at the weekend for you versus Derby. Big intent, 5 goals. Sounded like it was a bit of a thriller, actually. Hope you're well, mate. I really shouldn't have this at the time of night, but I don't care. It's been a long day. Surely the payroll must be continually lower this month, given the lack of players, staff, and currently how. And yet the EFL are controlling that. Yes, they are. Any incoming money, the EFL are currently ones in charge of it, right? So basically, we'll have got a big pot of the money that is for the Prem money and stuff like that, and that'll be to one side. A lot of that probably hasn't been done yet. They probably haven't been wiped out yet, which is interesting. Yeah, we are above Sheffield United, which is lovely. There's another one or two that are ticking time bombs in terms of injuries too. Yeah, there are a couple of really in there. It's... I hate to say it, the ticking time bombs are that it's in the defence. It's your authors, it's your potentially left back, right back, and that's the issue. You lose more players and then you struggle again. And I think, again, I'll say it again, I absolutely love how good Ingelsson was versus Stoke. That is the player we've been wanting to see all last season. Going into tackle, being strong, being physical. He was so good. And there was some really good play by the likes of McNeil when he came on. By the likes of Cads. Another person we should be speaking highly again in that game was how good did Bailey Cadamartri look? How much was he rushing players off the ball? Yes, very raw at the minute because of his age and not having much 13 football. But he looked like you get the right person to coach him or getting around it, even if his dad's coaching him at home. You got a player there that knows how to stand up, get a tackle, turn his man, try and move forward. He bulked up somewhere else. He looks so good this year. He looks like he's ready for it, which is good. Have you heard about teddies on the pitch? I'm all for giving kids toys. I don't think throwing them on the pitch is going to achieve anything. It will achieve something because the teddies will get picked up and then given to Sheffield Children's Hospital. I think it's a nicer way of doing it than tennis ball because you're protesting, but you're then giving what's been on the pitch to the Sheffield Children's Hospital. So it's going somewhere nice. It's something they do in Germany where they'll throw the teddies on the pitch and all the teddies will get donated to the local hospitals. I actually think this is a better way of doing the protest. It disrupts it, yes, but if you can get it done by the EFL and say, we're doing it for charity, you might be able to get away with it with not getting a point deduction. If the truck can get it okay by the EFL, you might not get a point deduction. I feel like people are forgetting how young Cad's is because he's been in the club for a while. Yeah, he's only, 19? 19, 20? It would help if we didn't get tackles like that by Bruno, Bolton Pycan on Bruno. Yep. Another player all over the field. I would I will see if Sunderland will let Pervader go on a season loan. Can't see him getting game time. He's too injury prone though, Anthony. I get what you're saying, but how much of a season are you gonna get out of him? Like, I get what you're saying. I don't dismiss the idea, but he's not been able to stay fit while he's been at Sunderland. Every time he's gone to have a game at Sunderland or come on, he had a game where he came on as a sub and then got sub because he was injured. He's in the under 21s at the minute, getting fitness back, and I can't see him getting a game at Sunderland either. But I don't know how it will be. I don't know if we can get a full 6 months of games out of him, let alone 2, without him pulling up. It's one of those ones where you look at it and you go, is he able to play the full 6 months of a loan deal or full season? We saw when we had him for just 6 months, he couldn't stay fit for it. Granted, a lot of it was due to him not playing week in, week out. But week in, week out shows his body's not there for it. And you would have to manage him so well. And the problem is we don't have the ability to manage him. We need him to come in and hit the ground running. Sadly, I get the idea. The idea makes sense. The idea and the thinking makes sense. Someone who creative, moved the ball around, got a good link-up play with Ugbo, which we know. And that's what we're missing. We're missing a good link-up play. We'll have more than a couple of games. Just 3 more years on his deal. His agent played an absolute blinder getting that 3-year deal, by the way. And also, I don't know how much he will come because of his agent. His agent wasn't a fan with how we dealt with things, apparently. His agent wasn't best pleased at all about the way things played out or how things were meant to get played. So, yeah, it's one of them. It's one of them. The idea, love it. If he can stay fit. If you can get a fit Pervader, we wouldn't be talking about him being on loan. People would be trying to buy him. The lad, for whatever reason, the lad can't keep fit. Whatever it is, whatever's going on with his body, he cannot keep fit. And it's such a shame because there is a player there. There's 100% a player there who can play and do well, but it would be difficult. Don't know his wager, but we'll have got a promotion increase too. Yeah, can you imagine if you got a promotion increase? Like, generally, you got a promotion increase because you got promoted, but you didn't play many games. 57 people watching, 33 likes. Get those likes up, people. I would much appreciate it. If you're new here, I am PunkChef41. Please subscribe. We are so close to getting to 5K. We are so far, 4,976. Get your mate to subscribe who's a football fan. Get your nan, whoever. Just subscribe. I much appreciate it. Strange, I have a little sympathy for agents. Yeah, true. They're well clear of Perret got Bickett. I agree, Peter. I do agree. I get what people are saying, though. It's getting someone in. You want to try and go and get someone like 18-year-old, 19-year-old from like a Chelsea, a Man United, a Man City, even like a Jamal Heskey. Is it Jamal Heskey? No. Heskey's kid. Someone like that who can come in and do it. So it'd be interesting. If he could have kept fit, he wouldn't have left lead, exactly. Middlesbrough fan, we're all behind who we wish you over. Cheers, DJN. I much appreciate that, mate. Appreciate that. I think there's a lot of fans that are behind us and just see what's happening and just don't like seeing what's happening to a football club as our history. And this is the thing. You're very lucky in yourself at Middlesbrough where you've got an owner who just runs the club right and runs the club like a business and does it the right way. Sadly, not all owners can do that, but much appreciate that, mate. Good luck for the season. It sounds like you're going to have a good one. I'll be interested to see how you do this season and how you go about it. I think he's had a decent window this year as well. from what I've seen. Love that. Yep, I agree. We'll love to see some news on a new decent owner who loved the club and the city, but I see rumours. Yeah, but it's rumours, mate. Again, old school cloud. Nothing is going to be done in the social media world. The people who are in the know do get it right a lot of time. The one that comes into mind, and he's been bang on every single time. Every single time he's said something, it's happened. And it's very, very good to see that there are people like that who come on here and trust me with information and stuff like that, which is good. And it's that thing for me where there's a lot of people who are trying to say this, this, and this, and trying to add dots together. Everyone's going to do that till there's something. I still think DC's out the door. Generally, I still think DC's out the door. Because if DC wasn't out the door, we would have had statement after statement after statement after statement after communication saying this isn't true, that ain't true, because he's not done it. Look at the season with Darren Moore, statement after statement. Look at the season where we had the stuff with Danny. There was a lot of stuff. I think there's something happening. But you got to remember, to do a deal for the football club isn't like doing a deal for any normal football club. You have to buy the stadium. You have to then get a deal for the stadium, then get a deal for the club. Then you've got to go through all the financial bits. I can't imagine buying this football club is an easy transaction to do. How do you feel about Texas Inheritors owners? I'll be brutally honest. Texas doesn't fill me with any joy. Texas, I get it. If Texas comes in with someone else, then great. If there's someone else that can help with it. But honestly, I've done digging into Texas. Some of this stuff ain't great. The stuff that Botafogo and their accounts recently is mad. It's absolutely mad. It sounds like you're trying to dissolve Eagles Holdings and put them into another holding group of, well, I don't know. Texas one just seems like there's a lot of lawsuit coming his way at the minute. And I don't know, you want someone who's going to have that much baggage when we need a clean, fresh start, if that makes sense. Not saying I wouldn't say no if he came in and started getting everything right and we could fix it. But I think you need to have someone. You're still going to get anyone who comes in, you can have baggage in terms of business. It's how you get good business people have baggage no matter what. It is what it is. But for me, personally, I think we need someone who's either got a clear relationship with football and have been in it for years, or you've got someone who's coming in, if they have got baggage, they've got lots of other people to help them with it. Does that make sense? It's one of those ones where I don't mind it, as long as that there may be other people involved as well. Like, I know Texas got a lawsuit with the investors at Leon. There's a potential lawsuit potentially going at Botafogo. There's lots of stuff that just seems, yeah. I'm not keen on Texas. The only upside is that we could get played for the other club. Yep. Heard Texas is sorting his other. There is sorting his other problem, but how quick can he get his problem sorted? And is this going to be something that he can potentially not do again? If he comes in and say if he still got all his clubs and he hasn't got his Leon connection now because he resigned at that one. Say the Leon connection gone. And I agree with him. The way with French football, the way they do things, is just ridiculous. It needs modernising. But that by the by. If Texas comes in, it needs to be with other people other than him. So other investors. Need to play to the EFL rules. Big style and stay with it. And it needs to be seen as a stress start. I don't mind if he comes in and everything happens well. Right? But It's got to be the right person, because we don't want to have it that 5 years down the line, we're back in a similar situation, or there's something dodgy that's gone on again. But that's the risk we're going to take, whoever comes in and takes it. The no guarantee, the only guarantee you'll have, once the football regulation come in, they have to show 3 years worth of cash. 3 seasons worth of cash. They have to do this every year. The regulation makes new owners more accountable, which would be good for a John Textor takeover kind of thing. But you're talking about the Textor, he got a 93 million lawsuit, and that's nowhere near close to being sorted yet. So yeah. Might have qualms about potential, but sad fact is, don't have any choice. Just thank God it came from us. Yep. Go cut it nice, Buffalo is back. Have a good weekend. Sorry, John, about that, mate. I think it's been a YouTube issue all night. Have a good one, John. Have a good week, and we'll do stuff during the week. I think this is a YouTube issue. I'd like to know if I can change my data rate on the Roadcaster video. We'll see. Hang on. Can I change it? Why is that in my head? Not the change, it's the frame. Anyway, I'm miles away. Miles away again. Right, shall I go on to the other thing? Have a good one, mate. I just hope someone is in by the time I can't give DC another $1 for season. No, exactly, mate. But I think I'm going to call it there as well. I'm going to go chill for a bit, and I'll speak to you in a bit. Have a good one, guys. Enjoy the rest of your evening. If anything breaks, there'll be a video on it. It'll either be a half video or it'll be up here. It all depends on how I'm feeling or what I've got. But thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your night, and I'll speak to you guys soon. Bye.